Okay, I will do a small presentation on Leguso. Brother did a small presentation along the eastern coast of Ghana, and he mentioned something about Leguso. So I asked the question on that about the downgrade. That is the Leguso area. So this is a technical note we prepared for the Ministry of for the Ministry of Finance for the construction of the Leguso Sea Defense. So this is the outline of the presentation. So we have the introduction. We have the core mandate of the Ghana Hydrological Authority, and we have the coastal protection works. So Ghana Hydrological Authority is the public agency, which formerly we used to call it Ghana Hydrological Service Department, under the Ministry of Works and Housing. It was, we had our authority this year, under the Act of 2022 as 1085. The objectives of the authority includes promoting and regulating hydrological service delivery for flood control, works related to coastal engineering. We have sewages. We also do drainage improvements, river channel development and operational and applied hydrology. So basically what the Hydrological Service Department or the Ghana Hydrological Authority do is this one. So our main mandate is we conduct hydrological services, that is river data collection. We also are into the drainage, all the primary drains you find along across Ghana, we are in charge. We also do the coastal engineering. So every coastal engineering project you see along the coast of Ghana is being done by us. We are also to ensure the observance and the maintenance of flood control mechanisms. So those are the objectives of our authority. So most of the presenters have already indicated. So the coastline of Ghana is 550 kilometers. With this, we have about 2/3 being affected by erosion. So the 2/3 is 365 kilometers of our coastline is being under threat by coastal erosion, flooding, subsidence. So these are some of the what are most of the coastline is being affected. So another 375, 80 kilometers has been developed or being controlled so that means 22% of the 375 is covered. So as you see from this table, the coastline of the western region, so we have divided them. The coastline of the western region, that is from Ivory Coast to I think Cape Coast here, to the western region is 20.8 kilometers. 20.8 kilometers has been covered. That is with a stretch of 195, and the central region 15.2 has been also been protected. So also the Greater Accra 27.7 has been protected, and the Volta region having a stretch of 79.2, only 16.15 has been protected. So as you see from the pie chart, this is what all the data is saying. So these are some of the mechanisms, the type of structures we use. Our brother said something about the SAMOTO. So we have the sand engineering, that is the SAMOTO. We also use the hard engineering. That is basically what we mostly use here because it's quite cheaper. So we use the hard engineering. So under the hard engineering, we have the groins, we have the seawalls, we have the retrenchments, and we have the breakwater. So we have advantage and disadvantage. I would like to, I'm a coastal engineer, I would like to, we have advantage. most of the presenters have said so many things about the hard engineering being not, but we have talked a bit success also. Yeah. So when you are saying we are not protecting our goods, sometimes I feel sad because because we have covered, we have protected some monuments along the coast of Ghana. If you go to the area, Atoko area, the road almost got washed away, but we have protected it now. The road is free. We have a good road over there. When you come to Elubina Beach, where my sister was talking about it, the castle was almost being collapsed by the waves. But right now we have a monument being protected. So we have done a big work also in that area. So the site, these are the site-specific conditions. So we had a tidal. These ones are not quite necessary. I think we can move on. So the type of coastal structures we basically use in most of our work, we had a revetment. So the revetment are the long stretch, as you see. So the advantage is to protect the shoreline against the erosion and also reinforcement of some part of the beach profile. So the disadvantage, the structure can be obstructive. It doesn't look very good to the eyes, to be frank with you, but it protects. So example, so these are some pictures of the revetment. So as you see here, this is Anomabo. This is Anomabo. We have this one at Elimina, along the hotel, the back of the hotel. This one, I don't remember it well, but I think so let's move on. We have the groin. The groins are built to stabilize the stretch of the natural and artificial, and it also to nourish in between it. We add nourishment to stabilize the shoreline. So the advantage is to provide a build-up of material in between the spaces. Materials got built because as the waste comes in between the groins, some particles are attracted and they get settled. So also reduction of the longshore transportation. So the longshore current that moves along the shoreline, the particle gets attracted to it, and so with time the groins get built up. So the disadvantage it affects the downdraft, as you earlier said. So that's why we are facing the downdraft. So the downdraft, it affects the downdraft. So that's why we are seriously being affected along the Plekusu area. There is a bit of erosion taking place over there because we did a series of drawings over there. That is almost 37 drawing construction on a stretch of 4.4 kilometers. So let's go on. So this is an example of the groin. So this one is at Kita. So this is the Kita groin. We have this one at Anomabo and this one at Komenda. So maybe I heard you'll be going to Komenda. So you'll be seeing this groin at Komenda on Wednesday. And we have the breakwater systems. So basically the breakwater systems are very small, relatively short, non-shore conduct. So basically what we do for the breakwaters, because we have a lot of fishermen, we have a lot of fishermen along our coastline. So the breakwater system, we build it so that our fishermen can use those places as a bay for their fishing. So that, and also the breakwater system also break the waste offshore before the waste comes to. So that is what we do for the breakwaters. So the advantage, they are very effective in reducing erosion. And the breakwaters are built to reduce wave action at the offshore rather than the onshore. So that is what we do. There are other examples of breakwaters. We had a submerged breakwaters, and we haven't yet implemented here in Ghana. They are quite effective, but one thing about it is very expensive because we build them offshore rather than the onshore, as you see here. But they are quite expensive because you have to build it offshore so that when the waves get there, it just breaks and the waves reduce and before it comes to the shore. But we haven't yet implemented any of such here in Ghana. So we have example of the breakwater. This one is also as Commander. So tomorrow when we go to Wednesday, when we visit Commander, we can see. So that is where you see the fishermen bed their canoes and ships. And this one is also at Adwa in the western region. So the Blekusu area. So the Blekusu area is located at the eastern side of the coast of Ghana, near the border to Togo. As the earlier presenter, our gentleman from Togo said. So the first phase was to protect a length of 4.4 kilometers, and at 37 points was constructed. So with a spacing of 220, a length of the ground length was 100 meters. So move on and let me show them the picture. So the first phase, as you see here, we have a series of the groins. So as you see, the beach is stabilized. Every space in between the groins has been filled with natural sand. So after the construction of the groins, that is when we realized the dam rate is also moving. So we needed to protect it. So the government of Ghana has realized that a proposal has been submitted to the Ministry of Finance. We are waiting for them for approval. We conducted a presentation to them. So, and recently the WACA, the World Bank also have come in showing an interest in building those places with nature-based, adding nature-based solution to the hard engineering. So we are looking at both scenarios to see what would be best for that stretch. So for that second phase, we are projecting 8 kilometers protection. 8 kilometers. So that is double of the first phase. So that means you'll be protecting a lot. You'll be stabilizing a lot of our coast. So that is the idea. So basically the material we use here are quite cheap. We don't use the concrete or the technical people say the aquapod or the columns. We use the apple because the granite, because they are quite cheap. So those are the materials we use. So the maintenance, one thing I will personally see, we are lacking maintenance. Most of our projects, because the finance we get or the money we receive is quite limited for us to do maintenance on our project. We sometimes when we finish building, that's all. You move. That is one thing we are lacking. I will not lie to you because so we are lacking maintenance. The maintenance of so our gentleman said something about the Adasi defense project. That one thing about Adasi, construction was not done right. Engineering wasn't done right. And one thing was also maintenance, we couldn't maintain it. Because the beach nourishment, we should have nourished it, continue frequently, but we couldn't do that. And with time, we realized most of the beach nourishment didn't wash away. So, okay. So The breakwater, so we compare the cost. For the revetment, the cost is quite intermediate. The breakwater the cost is quite, because we go into the offshore area. So the offshore area means your pavements will get damaged, will be corroded. So the breakwater systems are quite expensive, and the drawings are also intermediate because the lengths are not so much, maybe 100 to 120 meters, so we don't go much into this. So I think I'm done with my presentation.
Yes, there are questions.